Well, now we are back again. I don't know. We had issues with the audio. They are fixed right now. You should be hearing my voice crystal clear, and we will have all the sound and music of the rest of the show. Maybe it's because this is episode 13. I'm not superstitious, but there's always things that happen. Very, very strange issue. I already solved it, and I already know how to solve it if it happens again, which is the most important thing. In politics, it always applies. And well, hello, welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and we're back with the Body Language Guy show number 13. And this time, after a very long 9 hours live stream about the elections results, which was such a blast with all those emotions and waiting until the final confirmation. Is glad to be here in this, I don't know how many hours I have live streamed, but it's such a, I haven't slept anything. I haven't been able to sleep. This is like, I have this charge of energy. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this energy, but the first thing that we're going to do is just kickstart this because we are already late thanks to the issues, but this show is ours. This show is ours. I will try to do it to be at the exact same time every weekday, but sometimes things arise. But we are the owners of our time here. So we had begun with this meme from Joker movie, the first one. You're laughing. Lives are waking up to a mass mental breakdown, and you're laughing. And of course, we needed to reference Robert De Niro. And even if we are not going to mention him directly because he hasn't reacted yet to Donald Trump's winning the presidency, and let's say that I just thought about this because De Niro is perhaps one of the best representations in the terms of Trump derangement syndrome. We have many layers to this, and I was given the example of this woman. This is when we ran into the issues in which for some reason the issue is repeating right now, but I'm going to fix it immediately. I know how to fix it. Oh my God, this is exactly this happened, and It's that happen again. And it should be fixed. System settings, save. And it's not working.
But I'm not surprised.
What? No, I'm going to fix it right now. I'm going to fix it as we speak. This must work. It has to work. Because it worked like a charm when I was using it before. It's like this is some kind of sabotage. I'm going to do it live. And either I fix it the way I learned how to fix it before, but just give me 1 minute, or I fix the other way that I was using. There's some audio.
The result, but I'm not surprised. Surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful.
Okay,
that
the audio is, you see that happened. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. I just need to reset DaVinci Resolve. There's some kind of mismatch. But there's nothing that we cannot fix. Yeah, we survived 9 hours of live stream. We can do a 1 hour live stream without any problem, right? Right? The software hasn't failed like ever.
We live in a democracy. Mm-hmm. People spoke.
Okay, we have it. I did it. There's a scream on cue. I'm going to test. I need you test with you. I'm going to just put this clip, all right? And I'm going to make sure that you listen to it. I'm sure that you listen to it because I'm hearing my sound control, soundboard is working. You're listening to my voice right now. You're listening to my voice, and then you're listening to whatever this lady is
I'm
in.
surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful.
Yeah, we have sound. So, thank God. Thank God. There's nothing that we cannot do with the power of, the power of love. So we're talking about this lady again. It's like she brings some kind of bad juju or something. And she was such a classic in 2016. There's nothing that can top her. But then we were talking about the layers about this. I was talking about the layers. This is very important because we're going to be watching not only people on TikTok just trying to vent their frustration with a very odd way, which is filming themselves on camera. And you might be asking, Jesus, and are you that cruel? But you're going to dedicate one episode not only to react to people breaking down in front of the camera? Yes, because they did that themselves. They filmed themselves, they began to cry, and they posted that on TikTok. That is public, it's fair game, so let's start. And the first layer is not the general public because it's in some ways pathetic, but we need to start talking about all the celebrities that decided to, endorse Kamala Harris. And this list is not complete. We have another list here. So you're telling me Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Cardi B, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Harrison Ford, LeBron James, Bad Bunny, Jennifer Lopez, Bruce Springsteen, Billie Eilish, Oprah Winfrey, George Clooney, Barbara Streisand, Spike Lee, Shonda Rhimes, Will Ferrell, Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sarah Jessica Parker, John Bon Jovi. It was so pathetic listening to him. Just couldn't get it done for Harris. All of them just couldn't get it done for Harris. We also have here, Mark Hamill and this Stephen King. It's something that it's all of them. The Avengers, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, all of them, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Like it is obvious that they are irrelevant culturally. It is nice when they make movies, but it is that's what they are good for most of the time. I love many of their movies. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say that many of the people here are awesome artists. I have to say, I have to acknowledge it. Well, except Obama. I don't know what Obama is doing here. What is Obama doing here? Is he an actor as well? One of these is not like the others. Maybe Obama is an actor, but this is something that I just needed to share with you. And I mentioned on the live stream in which Bette Midler shared this picture. She had in her fridge a bottle of champagne if Kamala wins and a bottle of Drano if Trump wins. Whatever that you want. You can imagine what this means. And well, it was J.E. May that told me, Jesus, what happened to that account that you tagged? Because, Bette, don't do it. I told her on X. And all of a sudden, what? Bette Midler deleted her account. I hope that she didn't go for the Drano. Yeah, she deleted her account. She couldn't stand the pressure. 2 million followers. Bette Midler. Oh my God, so many great songs. Why do they have to react like this? To be fair, if Kamala Harris had won the presidency, I wouldn't have deleted my account. No, it's something that I would have gone forward to just fight this. And well, we also had memes that were not the real thing, but you can imagine that, Mark Cuban, that he conceded and he congratulated Donald Trump and congratulated Elon Musk, and now is following Elon Musk and now is ready to work with Donald Trump and Elon Musk after blasting them. I hope that they tell him to go F himself because, you know how he mocked both Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and he endorsed Kamala Harris. Man, own it. Own it like a man. Own it. Own your words. Do it. It's that simple. No. And this was one of my, let's say, the saddest examples of this. I mean, maybe maybe you're aware that in the original trilogy of Star Wars, Harrison Ford wanted George Lucas to kill Han Solo. He actually wanted Han Solo to die in the first movie, in Episode 4, A New Hope, the original Star Wars movie. He wanted Han Solo to die by the end of in a blaze of glory, in that final run against the Death Star. And George Lucas says, no way, you're too cool of a character to be killed off. Okay, then kill me at the end of Return of the Jedi. And no chance, he wasn't killed either. But he may have thought that he was going to come back at some point. We know how that went with Kylo Ren. But that is an allegory that he was so hell-bent on his character, Han Solo, dying, that I think that he did this. Why did Harrison Ford do this? I think he wanted his name to die. It's like, because he killed any, self-respect that he had for himself. And if he has no self-respect, then what can we do for him? It's so hard that it's so hard to understand this kind of decisions. Again, everybody is free to voice their opinion, but if their opinions make no sense and you try to push an agenda in which the politics, are insane, then don't expect that there's not going to be a backlash about it. But let's talk about The View. And every single one of you, when I announced, that was insane. I announced on my X account. Remember that you can download on X. You can follow me on X. The 9 hours are taking a dent on my psyche. You can follow me on X using the link in the description of this live. And I already have 144 replies to, my proposal. Are you that cruel to dedicate an entire episode to make fun of people breaking down in front of a camera? Yes, I will do it. And so many of you told me you have to include The View's clips. And hands down, the most popular The View clip was this one. And everybody wanted to know what The View women had to say about Donald Trump becoming the 7th president of the United States. And let's analyze this. Let's take a look at this.
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised as a woman of color.
Yeah, because we are going to make this about gender and race. It was not unexpected.
I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country.
Because, it is more important, your color, your gender, who are you married to, and all those details. Instead, if you're capable, if you can do the job, and if you demonstrate that you can do the job with your policies and the way that you act and your record as well.
And I think that it had nothing to do with policy.
It is incredible. It is incredible that she not only makes it clear that this is about gender and race, and it is not about policy. She's making it clear in both ways. She's being insane in both ways. Well, I have to give it to her that she is very clear about what she stands for and what she doesn't stand for. She doesn't care about the policies. It's like Quentin Tarantino, by the way. That one hurt. Whatever Kamala said, he was going to vote for her. But again, at least Tarantino was sincere. No matter what Kamala says, no matter what effing interview she's going to do, I'm going to vote for her. That is being sincere. That's being direct. Don't bring me all that, we're going to save democracy. No, don't bring me that. You're just going to vote for her because F everyone. That's why.
I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
A referendum of cultural resentment. I guess that she didn't see the stats, the numbers about black men and Latinos, and well, there was overwhelming against Kamala Harris. So how does it work? They were against their own culture? I don't know. I have no idea. By the way, we're going to be talking about numbers as well. And I mean, I don't want to mix the topics.
I
but
think it.
oh, she is going to be an applause. And then, yeah, effectively, the View is unhappy with whatever happened last
My
night.
takeaway is that the system works.
The system works, yes.
We live in a democracy. People spoke. This is what people wanted.
Well, it is great that they concede it in such an grown-up way.
Vehemently disagree with the decision that
That's okay. You are open to disagree.
Americans made. But I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it.
And we should have paper ballots no matter what happens. No more machines. No more internet. None of that. Paper ballots in envelopes, in cardboard boxes, and that's it.
We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will.
All right. I don't think that is a good idea with, when it comes to protest. I'm surprised. I'm surprised how, let's say the usual rioters haven't started their stuff. Maybe they're expecting the paycheck the check to be clear.
I've been through this before with Nixon. It's been very difficult. But boy, oh boy, do we have a country if we can keep it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah, great. This is something that they took it. They took it quite nicely. There was nice words, not gonna lie.
I think it has to do with a lot of things, that being one of them. I'm obviously very disappointed. I'm very sad. I was at the Kamala Harris headquarters yesterday in Washington.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad, especially because Kamala couldn't stay 1 hour to tell people, go to your home in person. That was really unpolite from Kamala. I don't think that was the right thing to do. I'm waiting for her concession speech, and I'm going to analyze the heck out of it. Believe that.
And it was a very sad scene. The mood turned immediately. And I tell you, there's a quote I get a lot of inspiration from, and it's a quote that I read when I was reading about John F. Kennedy.
I wonder what the quote is about, but let's pay attention.
And it says, "Whether I am on the winning or the losing side is not the point with me. It is being on the side where my sympathies lie that matters."
All right, and where does your sympathies lie? I'm guessing that her sympathies do not lie with Donald Trump. That is my wild guess.
And that to me brought me a consolation and inspiration this morning, because I have no regrets.
Oh, that is fine. That is actually very solid. Having no regrets about what you did, and especially, well, in spite if what you did was more or less insane, right? Voting for Kamala Harris, someone, regardless of her gender or color, that had no policies, basically no policies, no record or a bad record, and you were expecting that she was going to save democracy after not having any kind of votes herself to be nominated. Just put her like a puppet. That's a bit odd.
Yep. I worked hard as hell to elect the first Black Asian woman president.
Black Asian woman president, and it did not work because you focus on optics, and you absolutely should regret that. Maybe you should not regret about you made a decision and you have to live with the consequences of said decision, but you have to regret electing someone just because of the optics. Or this fits a DEI. This is essentially what DEI is. I mean, You wanted DEI, you got DEI, and you're going to succumb to DEI.
History slipped through our fingers again. I worked hard as hell for Donald Trump not to be president. But today, unlike Donald Trump and his followers, I acknowledge that he won.
Well, we also acknowledge that he won, so what is your point?
I hope for the best for our country, and I make a commitment to our LGBTQ, to our immigrants, to our elderly, to our young girls, to the women, that we will not stop fighting.
Oh, that is nice. Tell me how you will be fighting. I want the details. I want the details how you fight.
We can be sad today.
Yeah.
Today we can be sad.
Well, the no regrets, that is, I'm going to take that. That was pretty much solid, what they said and did. But we have other options. I told you that this was, they had some layers. And we have another layer that I couldn't pass up. David Lammy, Secretary of State of Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs of the United Kingdom. I need to show you this. This was back in 2017. Daily Mail story today. Yes, if Trump comes to the UK, I will be out protesting on the streets. He is a racist Ku Klux Klan and Nazi sympathizer. And what happened? Today, congratulations to Donald Trump on your victory. The UK has no greater friend than the US, with a special relationship being cherished on both sides of the Atlantic for more than 80 years. We look forward to working with you and JD Vance in the years ahead. This is like a reverse unhinged reaction. Unhinged meltdown would be a melt up in that sense. But again, it is a meltdown. Yes, DEI didn't earn it. Didn't earn it. Absolutely, to Juan Antonio. We also have this. Who said this? This is okay. This was a reaction to David Lammy. Remarkably stupid as always. Democracy just fired Kamala. We have this. Oh, this was another reaction that maybe you don't know this guy. I really don't know him. But it has to do with superheroes. And I love comics and movies about superheroes. So I'm not going to lie, a good movie and a good comic. It is, I love the art and the storytelling. But this, Mark Waid should be working instead. Even if by some miracle this turns around, no, it won't. I don't believe in the basic goodness of my fellow Americans anymore. And without this, I cannot write superheroes. There is no point. When you see a decline in the quality of my work soon, you will be able to trace it back to this night. I mean, that is actual narcissism. Because it is supposed that you write superheroes to give hope to people. It's like one of the most popular superheroes ever is Superman. What is the symbol of, what does Superman symbolizes? He symbolizes hope. That is what Superman symbolizes, hope. So if you had a bad night and you feel down, that should inspire you to write better superheroes. Well, I hope that you don't write DEI superheroes that are so widespread nowadays, because that is going to bomb hard. That is going to bomb hard. That is not going to work. And well, we keep with the layers. We keep moving from layer to layer. And now it's Nancy Pelosi. She's very succinct about her reaction. There's no point in saying good morning, because it certainly is not one.
No point in saying good morning, because it certainly is not one.
You should have predicted this and invest, or I don't know, short whatever you do with your investments and get richer. You must have predicted this. What happened, Nancy? Okay, Morning Joe is now calling Hispanic voters racist. Hispanic voters racist. They have lost the plot.
I just say, Rev, really quickly, too. Democrats need to be mature, and they need to be honest.
Okay, being mature starts by not calling names, not calling your opponent names. That is not being mature. You have to, be an adult and grown up And calling people names, I don't know, maybe YouTubers can do, maybe we YouTubers can do that. That's one thing, but no, calling names, that is not professional.
And they need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men.
All right, we are combining, you know that this is like a Lego set, that you combine blocks to build houses and boats and any kind of a device or thing. Well, they combine misogyny with white supremacism, and that's the way that they act. It's like you could replace these people with AI and nobody will notice the difference. And I will not be surprised that they will be replaced with AI at some point, because it's so easy to program them.
It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right. It's misogyny from black men.
Oh, as well? All right. That gets complicated.
We've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them.
You're making this about the optics again. The AI, it has to be a woman. Why? It has to be the most qualified for the job. Repeat after me. It has to be the most qualified for the job. It's that simple.
Might be race issues with Hispanics.
No, it isn't. Maybe, well, Hispanics could have some race issues. We will be addressing that in a minute. But no, it's not about that.
They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know,
Then why do the brothers don't want a black woman president either? Even after, Obama scolded them in front of everybody.
The Democratic Party, I've always found, when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups. And
those... Did you learn this word this morning? Balkanize? Great. I'm going to write it down to use it myself so I can sound smart as well.
Say, white people don't like women and black people.
Can you bring a whiteboard and some kind of group like white people, they don't like black people and women, and or bring some felt puppets. Maybe you have a felt puppet of a white people and a black people, and you use the felt puppets to illustrate your point. That would be easier.
No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before. A lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
All right, now you're making stuff up. You're making this up. You want to prove your point, and you're getting an argument out of thin air, out of nowhere, to prove a point that you don't have.
Right.
A lot
and
of,
with other Hispanics, you got some that don't like each other.
Okay, we don't like each other. Yeah, more on that in a minute, because we're going to be talking about legal and illegal immigrations, because these people don't get it still.
And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic.
Yeah, it's also complicated when there are even sometimes misogynist remarks from women. That can happen, in fact.
And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
Real honest conversations.
Yeah, real honest conversations starts by focusing on what matters and not the optics. Again, I know that they're not going to learn this lesson. They're going to be unhinged so much worse in the coming years. But I'm here for it. Maybe we don't have Kamala Harris after her concession speech. And I would love to see her, Biden and her face when she is walking into the White House this morning. That walk of shame. Oh my God. Good money could be paid for that. And now we have this. This is a face filter. I don't know why Cardi B did this to mock herself. Cardi B reacts to the elections insulting Florida. This is the reason why some of these states have hurricanes. What?
This is why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes.
Oh, nice. At least I'm going to give her props for not using the F words or the B word and all those words that that she uses.
That's all I'm going to say.
Great. You are just another moron. just another moron. There's a longer clip here. I'm just going to play a part of it. Meltdown Maitlist takes on former Trump head of communications Sean Spicer. She's overbearing and rude even when she's entirely in the wrong. Okay, I'm going to just play this in the middle so we don't spend much time in here.
So what's the question then? So he hasn't been for the hold on a second. You made a statement and accused me of making a false statement, and it's actually you that just lied to the viewers here. Okay. Oh, that's so what? No, she did. She said that I misled people when I just said. I don't think you can say the Democrats. You can't say it was the Democratic Party. It was the Democratic Party that filed the statement off. In some states, ultimately, the difference.
Well, you can actually say the Democrats or the Democratic Party to have a blanket statement if they all agree on policies. And, well, if they all agree that Biden was the best president ever and Kamala was the candidate, then if Biden and Kamala, they work together because they both say that, and Kamala wouldn't have changed anything about Biden, then would you say plus 2 plus 2 is 4? Yeah, it's like there's no dissent in the Democrats. So at some point you can, in terms of policies, which is what that matters, you can talk about the Democrats.
People will be standing on the ballot. So ultimately, as the Prime Minister said, the system has worked. But come back to the question. Yeah. If he denies the election result, as he did before, are you going to tell him he's going to accept? First of all, I will just say, I believe we're going to have a great night tonight, so I don't think this is going to be a factor. But I think if we have a fair election tonight so far...
Well, one of the things that happened, I wanted to show you this clip because the meltdown was not just, let's say, in the United States, was at an international level. We have many things here, like such as, I haven't really looked into Reddit. And now we are at the layer of the individual people, the people that just go to Reddit or TikTok. This is going to get really unhinged. This is going to get really disturbing, so trigger warning with this one. Liberal women are already fantasizing about how they will be reduced to breeding machines under the glorious Trumpenreich. Okay, I am in tears. Trump is very likely to win right now. I can't unalive myself because of the bunnies. I can't leave the country. I've looked through Canada's immigration pathways and I don't meet any of the requirements. I don't think it is already concerning that you cannot move to Canada because it's my understanding that it's quite easy these days. Maybe it was like 30 years ago, I thought of moving to Canada and it was a bit more difficult. But right now, no. If it's difficult for you, you have issues. I don't think there's many airlines that would let me take my rabbits overseas. I don't know what to do. I might wake up tomorrow to no rights reduced to a breeding machine. I don't know what to do. These people are just unhinged. And what would be your advice to John moving forward? John Pavlovitz, I will never forgive my family members and former friends for voting for him. Never. This is just awesome. And now we're going with the actual crazy stuff. We're going to with the actual crazy stuff. So please make sure that you don't have your speakers at full volume. I will make sure that this is not in full blasts. This is the first one. And in fact, this happened when I had the problem with the audio and I was fixing it. I was pitched this one. So this was not included in the original show that we were going to have. So we have the privilege to enter the actual mass meltdown of the leaves.
I'm sorry. No. Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
No. In fact, no. We don't hate you. It's like we just voted. We just voted. You see, this is the moment that her soul left her body for a split second, and then it said, "Should I come back? Should I come back? Should I do this? Should I spend this time again?" I mean, why? My question is, why do they have to record themselves and then post it online for everybody to see? What is the point of that besides a narcissistic exercise of self-absorption in which they don't know any other way to channel their emotions than to make it available for the whole world to see? What kind of mental illness is this? How do we prevent this? How do we fix this? I just woke up and saw the results. I swear to God, I'm done with you self-hating, disgusting, racist bitches. This was the first one that I saw. Not gonna lie, I laughed a lot with this one. Here it goes. This has no sound. I mean, why would you record yourself doing that? It is my question. We have, thanks to Miss G, Reality Finding on X, that tagged me on this one. I'm sickened by this. I voted for Harris and Walz. I am frightened. Yes, actually. I refuse to turn the TV on social media until this morning. I haven't been able to sleep for a week. I am not shocked that people fell for lies and voted against their own interest. Dictators are powerful in their ability to convince their followers to believe their lies. Are we really surprised that a majority of the population voted against their own interests? These people are like that. They seriously believe that they know more about you than yourself. Yes, I thought better of us. Shame on me. And we have all kind of reactions in here. I'm going to try to keep this on a decent volume. Non-binary TikToker has shocking meltdown and cries over Trump's win. Is anyone else having a meltdown? Yes, like millions right now. Like psychiatrists, as I said, they're making bank big time now, right now as we speak. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to weep. I'm so stressed. Let's watch it. Just for, entertainment.
Is anyone else having a meltdown? I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to wait. I'm so stressed. How you can't look out into the world, into the people of this country and see what's happening.
No, speaking seriously, jokes aside, I was telling you that regardless who won last night, either Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, it is concerning the amount of mental illness, not only in the United States, but worldwide. You know that mental illness is closely tied to the woke mind virus. So that woke mind virus has to be eradicated, has to be destroyed. People need to reason for themselves. People need critical thinking. That is that is one of my goals with this channel and with my videos, to give you critical thinking and, of course, entertainment every now and then, because, this is for free.
And how hard we're all fighting for rights not to be taken away from people.
This is better than any acting from Hollywood. The rights being taken away from people.
I go from hysterically crying 1 minute over the pain of this situation and then hysterically crying the next minute, watching so many people come together.
Yeah, it means that you have poor self-emotional regulation, in which you know how to channel your emotions. You are overwhelmed by your emotions and you feel lost, and all that you can do is just think that maybe weeping, maybe crying, maybe screaming, maybe punching a bag, maybe screaming into the pillow. Nothing of that, none of that will work. None of that will work. It will work only for a few seconds, but the emotions will overwhelm you again. What you need to address is, what is the source of this? And the source of this is not really Donald Trump. The source of this is your own inability to grasp what is going on with your reality. And I have to say, the Democrats, and I'm going to talk about the Democrats as a whole, are a big part of that amplifying of that mental illness, of that controlling people, of that making them, reduce them to a Trump derangement syndrome blob of jelly that cannot think, that cannot act, that cannot do anything. They have targeted the most vulnerable people in the United States and in the world at large to be able to fulfill their agenda. And that is evil. I mean, these people can be saved. I want to believe that these people can be saved. But it's going to take time and a lot of work and, of course, a lot of patience. And they have to realize, and they need to put in the work. They have to realize that there is a problem with themselves. And especially, this is the first step. There is a problem with where do they get their information from. CNN, MSNBC, these are huge culprits, sinners of this. They're guilty of this because they amplify this for clicks and viewership over and over again. They are all guilty of this.
Women from around the world supporting us and cheering us on. I am 48 years old and I have never experienced anything like this. And
that is one of the problems. That is one of the problems. It's like when people talk about the January 6th insurrection. You don't know what an insurrection is. Stop calling that an insurrection. You have not lived. You have lived in a country in which you are essentially privileged and protected about everything, no matter what your gender and race or beliefs are. You live in the effing United States of America. You cannot be more free if you wanted, if you practiced. And you're complaining, oh my God, you want to play the victim because your life is so gray that you need some kind of passion or drama or anything to make it worth living, but in a negative way. It is so pathetic that, again, the Democrats and the media are guilty of something that these people are guilty of just letting themselves go in this downward spiral of self-victimization, and they like it, and they like it, and they like how it feels. Oh, I'm oppressed. I will be like the Handmaid's Tale. We are going to go down in this deep hole of not democracy and tyranny and all. These people are truly lost, and they are also responsible of that. Make no mistake, they are also responsible.
Never thought I would in this country. It's like I can feel.
And why are we finding out about this? Why should we find out about this? I don't know. I should be analyzing anything else. But I need to talk about this. It's not about making fun of people. Because these people are generally suffering, which is quite odd when you find out why are they suffering. There are things in life worth suffering for. This ain't it one of them. I'm going to call it, this is not one of them. And if you really wanted to be, empathic with Latinos, for example, you could go to Venezuela and live perhaps 1 month in Caracas. Maybe you can try. You will come back a renovated woman, a different person. I guarantee you that. You will come back a different person. It's much better than eat, pray, love, going to India. No, go to Caracas. Go to Caracas. I invite you. I don't make myself responsible of you following up on this advice. Please, this is not tourism advice. And my attorneys are, really, they know what I say and what can be, what can I be tied to. And no, if you go to Caracas, that's on you.
The pain and the fear.
You have an iPhone with internet connection and electricity and a tattoo parlor next door where you can have all the tattoos you want. What more could you want in life?
From every single person. I don't know how to handle this. I don't know how to get through the next couple days.
Maybe scrolling. That would help. Scroll. Cat videos. That's something that works for me. Go for cat videos. That just works wonders. But that helps me a lot. I just follow this account of why you should have a cat, and I just get distracted from that like 3 minutes, and just like you.
Who knows how long this is going to take?
4 years.
Is anyone else having a meltdown?
Millions.
I don't know.
I can tell you there's a lot of people here. The left is losing the plot over Trump's win. This is one of the most, let's say, philosophical. It gets really,
I will
really...
make it my life's mission, my dying wish, that none of you weirdos can hide in the future.
Okay, you're going full Liam Neeson. I like it. Taken Part 4.
You can't lie to your kids. You can't lie to your grandkids about, oh, it was so confusing. It was hard to see the truth.
No, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. If you just did this, you were like, la, 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 you shut up and put your hands away from your ears and listen and watch the actual videos of Donald Trump with the very fine people and the bloodbath and all that, maybe you could have realized that the Democrats were lying to you all the time, and it was not hard to see the truth, because these videos, like 1 minute or 2 minutes, they fit your attention span with, that tells me that I cannot have much of many high expectations about your attention span, but 1 or 2 minutes, maybe once a day, in 2 weeks, you would be cured about all the hoaxes. But, well, you chose another thing.
It was hard to see the truth. He was so convincing. I will not let you get away with that. Like, that was not normal. This is not normal. I will make it clear to everyone. Like, I will make sure no one is confused about how things were right now.
Okay, what is a woman? Because the way that you answer that kind of questions, that confuses me. And you want to work that out? I want to listen to your answer. What is a woman? And then we can talk.
Very vital, crucial time in American history, that it was not confusing. It was not confusing at all. You just stood for that. You stood with that and for that. Like,
that's exactly what happened now. People who voted for Kamala Harris stood for something. Whatever. Kamala Harris being a Black Asian woman, first Black Asian woman president, whatever. And, well, whoever voted for Donald Trump stood for, what Donald Trump stood for. That's exactly what happened this time.
I can't emphasize enough, there will be nowhere to hide. And
that is great.
History is going to look back on this and look back on you in a very negative light.
Notice how she's not only has this narcissistic approach to filming herself and posting that online, she's making it clear that she holds the ultimate truth. I know what happened. You're not going to hide. You're not going to say that you were confused. I know all the layers of what happened, and I'm going to prosecute you or pursue you. I don't know how to say that. So she's essentially saying that she's right. She's right above all. That's the kind of people that we are dealing with. But we are not done yet. We are not done yet. This liberal is almost in tears. She's confused and wants insight into how Trump won with votes. That's how Trump won. And we'll be talking about votes in a minute as well. I'll help her out. Your candidate sucked.
So it's almost 2 a.m. Pacific time, which means it's well after polls have closed. And I am still just genuinely confused as to what happened. So if anyone wants to offer some insight.
Well, there's insight. You have 2 candidates. You have people who went to the polls and they voted and then they counted the votes. And it happens that Donald Trump had more votes than Kamala Harris. That is pretty much it. I think that's simple enough. I think.
I'm happy to fucking take it.
What? Lady?
I just also think that maybe what I've noticed is that men are just genuinely not as concerned as women.
No, we are so back, baby. We're so back. We are the extreme opposite of being concerned. We are happy that the bro era has begun again.
And don't quite take our concerns as seriously.
I wonder why.
And I don't know, that fucking sucks, because I met a lot of women tonight who are just genuinely so fucking scared.
I don't know if she's got some, I don't know, so she smoked some pot before filming this video. Karenism, yeah. I think that should be in the DSMV of psychological stuff. Karenism et al.
So yeah, let me.
Yeah, I'm sure that your comments are going to be full of people in the same condition. Oh, girl, you go. This was a bit unhinged. I didn't want to be sexist and include a few gentlemen, but again, I cannot play this sound because it has a song. But I'm going to. Oh, this is. I have to mute it because I'm gonna be copyrighted by YouTube. Oh, there you go. Oh my God, I'm going to film myself crying. I'm gonna film myself crying and say that we lost. This cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. And notice this was my effort. I looked for a man. I think that he's a Latino, I guess. It is my guess. So I'm diverse as well in my channel. I'm fair. I'm diverse. And he was crying because men are allowed to cry. Now this lady coming next. This is a bit difficult. It's gonna be a bit too much. Maybe if there are children in the room, make sure that they are not in the room right now, or cover their ears, because this is a girl allegedly shouting to her boyfriend over that her boyfriend voted for Trump, and she's a bit upset. Let's say that more than a bit upset, but I could not feel. Well, just watch the video first.
Fucking whore! So I'll just shut the fuck up!
I cannot wait until someone puts some death metal into this.
I'll just shut the fuck up for good now, huh? Yeah, you fucking want that? Yeah? We are fucking over, you fucking dumbass!
I mean, I'm not going to keep playing this because this is the moment that it seems performative. Like this was, the switching of the camera, and she is screaming that into the phone. It's like, I don't know, if this is for real, it is concerning. If it is not, it is concerning as well, because you're playing like if you are crazy as F, and both the scenarios are not good, like at all. Like at all. And this next guy, this is a trigger warning, I'm sorry. Trigger warning, please share your favorite meltdowns. Leilani doubting. I start with this one. I don't think that he is into Make America Healthy Again.
I can't believe Trump's actually gonna win this fucking thing! Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm so pissed off! Fuck! 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 God damn it!
I said we were going to be one last example here. This I didn't watch this last one. I don't know how this goes. I'm going to react this live to you. The meltdown has begun. This Harris supporter thinks she's not going to have any rights tomorrow. Let's see how she deals with the pain. But by the way, I have to say this. It is interesting that she's got a shirt of The Shining by Stanley Kubrick, and you remember that Stanley Kubrick's daughter, she fully endorsed Donald Trump. Isn't that complicated? Isn't that yeah? I'm that kind of nerd. I'm that kind of movie nerd.
We may not have rights tomorrow.
Nothing.
So
No, you're gonna be
to
imprisoned.
Last minute thing that I have left. Oh, we fought a good fucking fight, and if it turns out that shit flips, great, hell yeah. But right now, I'm just not.
No, it's not gonna flip. It's not gonna be great. You have to deal with it.
I can't fucking deal with this shit right now.
Do all these ladies speak like this? Do all these ladies speak like this? I think that it's so concerning. This one a classic. You know that I had to do this. 277. We need to talk about Harry, by the way. We need to talk about Harry. We haven't talked about Harry in a while. And you know that there are priorities in life. First, we need to release the Epstein list. That's the first one. The second is release the Diddy tapes. That's the second one. First one, second one. And the third one is this: release Harry's visa application so we can come clean. Everything come clean. Come clean. Pun intended. But yes, at some point I'm going to retake Harry and Meghan's story right here in the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, most probably. And, well, maybe in the Royal Rogue. I haven't decided yet, but believe that I will. And then, well, a couple of things that I wanted to mention. I think this, I missed this. I want to mention a couple of things. Maybe this live is going to be, we're less than 1 hour into the live. I want to talk about a couple of things. This one, James Wood, in historic affirmation of how desperately America has needed Donald Trump back in the White House, the Dow Jones opens plus 1,300 points. The only joy greater than this will be to watch the meltdown of liberal loonies everywhere. May God bless America and may He protect President Trump. Well, we got that, and we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. Oh, yes, Anthony Fauci. I need to revisit my video on Anthony Fauci. I need to address this because this is something that is close to home. And I realize that many people in the comments had this bad faith, and I couldn't, avoid replying to them. Justin said that 45% from Latinos while running, the votes for Trump, while running on a massive mass deportation campaign. I just don't get it, man. You just don't get it, Justin. I'm going to explain it to you. There are two kinds of immigration. It's very simple. You have either illegal immigration or you have legal immigration. I know that in terms of law, immigration law, this can get a bit complicated at times, but it shouldn't be complicated. First of all, if those illegal immigrants commit crimes or are roaming the United States, being, guilty of crimes already. That is not something that should happen. That is one thing. But the remark that I want to put out that was, let's say, the reactions were, let's say, mixed. There are a lot of 80% pro and 20% against. I have to make that clear. Nobody hates an illegal immigrant more than a legal immigrant. Nobody. And perhaps maybe I went too overboard with the word hate. Maybe that is a fact of not sleeping but again, it's the same. It's the same because I have made it very clear that legal immigrants go through these grueling processes. We go through grueling processes that are quite expensive, and we need to do a lot of paperwork, and we have to wait for a lot of time even to be able to work, only to be able to work. And then you have people from your own country, that could be from your own country, I don't care. You could be Venezuelan, I am Venezuelan, you could be Venezuelan, I couldn't care less. If you come and you pretend to have everything for free, you're not going to work, you're going to have some kind of paycheck from the government, and you're going to have a housing by the government, and you're going to have a mobile phone with a line by the government. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm paying taxes. I came to this country legally. I had to go through this grueling process. I needed to work my ass off. I needed to pay everything, including my taxes, of course. And now you are going to come without any of that, enter the country illegally, and you are going to benefit from the taxes that I pay? No. Wait a second. Now, some of you disagreed in the sense that that is not their fault. They are just taking advantage of something that the government, the laws, the immigration laws are in place. And you're right. And that's why I am against the duality of why legal immigrants are treated so harshly and why illegal immigrants are basically given the keys to everything. But of course, we know that is from certain governments. We have seen that in the UK, we have seen that in the United States, and I already made a 20-minute explanation of how governments control you with illegal immigration. It is very explained. You can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it on my X channel as well. You can find that video. And it's not hard to understand that illegal immigration is weaponized so they can control you with, of course, crime, with, applying pressure in a social way. And of course, it is logical. When you have different laws for the same people, there's going to be a resentment from those who, did the right thing. And the most important distinction that I want to make it here is the illegal versus legal, and that people don't read nowadays. I'm going to read this sentence again. I'm going to tell you how people reacted to this. Not going to mention them. Nobody hates an illegal immigrant more than a legal immigrant. You know what was the most common reply that I had? Well, maybe those legal immigrants were illegals at some point. Like they entered the country illegally and they became legal afterwards. You're not understanding. You're missing the point. I'm very clear here. There are people who apply for a visa, apply for a green card, apply for something with the legal and normal processes of a country. And there are other people that, take advantage of the weaknesses and sometimes of governments that want to, make it easy for you to invade the country, so you go for it. I'm not going to lie. If I see a country, if I'm in need, if I need to feed my family, and I see a country that is with all these absurd open borders, and I go to the country, they give me a mobile phone, and they give me money and all this stuff, I will absolutely take advantage of those suckers. Believe it, I will absolutely do that. That's why, all right, how come it happens this way? No, it's not moral, because you know what? I am coming from a country where there's not a high trust society. Venezuela is not a high trust society. And if there's something I hate from Venezuela, I'm going to say it, is that it is not a high trust society. So if I come from Venezuela and I don't like that it is not a high trust society, and I'm going to go to the United States or Japan or the UK, I believe that I need to behave like the society I want to live in, or Canada, or the United States, or any of these countries when they were high trust societies, but because I don't believe they are anymore. That would be the right thing to do. That would be the logical thing to do. If I didn't have principles, then anything goes. I will do what most Latinos will learn how to do, take advantage of one another. That's something that you learn. It's a jungle. It's a literal jungle in many ways. Well, not a literal jungle, but it's something that happens. It's something that people do. It's something that people do in a low trust society. You are always looking over your shoulder, which I really hated. And that's why, I really wanted to live in a country which I could say, people are really going to stop at the stop sign. That's why I hate jaywalking so much. So we have the people who say, but maybe you would take advantage of it if I didn't have those principles, but maybe I will. But no, I personally, my individual case, no, this is not it. Because if I wanted to do it, I would do it in Venezuela myself. I wouldn't do it in any other country. And of course, in the United States, it will be in dollars. But then you realize you try to do things the right way from beginning to end. It's not like you enter the country illegally and then you become illegal. No, you are an illegal immigrant that way. You do things by the book, you do everything, and you expect to just see the other people from your own country come and just enter and just do as they please and drive cars without a driver's license and make the insurance of driving much more expensive because they create of these accidents. They come from a low trust society. This country governed by suckers let them in, let them drive, and they don't stop at the stop sign, and they kill people. And I don't care if you say, "Oh, you're speaking like that of people from your country and from." It is a reality. I'm not gonna say, you're gonna pretend, "Oh, it doesn't happen. You're messing." No, as in every other country, you will find good Venezuelans and bad Venezuelans. It's that simple. And it's very simple to distinguish them. Which was the process that they took to enter and live and adapt and be a citizen of a country? Legal or illegal? It's that simple. I believe it should be simple. It should be simple. It's as simple as that. You want to live in a high trust society, you behave like a high trust society, and you enter the high trust society via the law that is enabled for that. But if the high trust society enables these bad and toxic elements of other countries to enter and do as they please, this is just a plan to push chaos into society so you can control society easier. So I hope that settles the idea of illegal versus legal. That's how we are so triggered about this, because of a sucker government, because all those laws that benefit people indiscriminately. I mean, doesn't the United States have homeless people, American citizens who are homeless? Shouldn't they be helped first? Veterans who need medical assistance, shouldn't they be first? So many scenarios, so many people who need that, American citizens who need that, citizens from any country who should be first in line for this, instead of letting people from other countries just enter the country because of whatever reason they are claiming. And yes, there will be people that are prosecuted by political reasons. Well, you have to address a case-by-case basis, but that is so obviously easy to game that it's going to be exploited. Because you know what? These people, precisely, they come from a low trust society. These are the kind of truths that are really, I'm keeping an eye on your comments. What was announced on Fox? She's going to concede at 4 p.m. It's going to be like in 2 hours. Okay. I think I spent too much time with this topic, but something that really triggers me, and I think that it's not fair. I think it's not fair in many ways. Again, let me see your super chats. I want to read your super chats. ACNF, a purple cat. Thank you for your super sticker. Fear is a liar. Hence, doing a high five to you. Kalina Songbird. You are so funny and intelligent, Jesus. Your wisdom makes this event funnier. All right. Thank you for that, Kalina, and your super chat. Tails, be shining. Here's Donnie. Yeah, Donnie has arrived with an axe. And he's gonna, well, bring the whole house down. And Gabby Narufan, vitamin C is natural miscarriage medicine. You can't take that from me. What? Why did you say that? What? I don't know, but well, thank you for your super chat, Gabby Narufan. That is a bit odd, but thank you. Well, I was talking about numbers, but I am a bit overwhelmed right now. I'm a bit overwhelmed right now. Let me see if I can find. Oh no, we can talk about this. We can talk about this. Let's go to x.com, and again, I'm going to show you my profile. Something I wanted to show is this. Someone had mentioned about the numbers. Someone mentioned how is it possible that you have this numbers all the year, 60 million voters for Democrats in the last 5 or elections or so, and precisely for Biden, he got 81 million votes for Biden. How did Biden get those extra 20 million votes in 2020? How did Biden get those extra 20 million votes in 2020? Food for thought. We need to talk about that maybe in tomorrow's show. Meanwhile, there's one super chat here. Another super chat. Sudhir Rao, illegals from my country are not good people. 100%. Well, that is problem as well, Sudhir Rao. Maybe some of them are not bad people. Sometimes maybe someone say, "Oh wait, I'm going to go for it." But my stance is that a country should be really, really careful and have a very strong filter on who they let in. This is a matter of economy. This is a matter of security. It's a matter of so many things that we need to, well, maybe we'll be addressing in other videos. Oh yeah, the reporter dude said Democratic Party love to just sort balkanize. He said the Democratic Party, yeah, maybe they were all over the place. I'm missing a video. The CNN was in total meltdown, in total and absolute meltdown, and they felt they were overwhelmed by their emotions. And you know how important is emotional regulation when push comes to shove. But my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. And until we meet on another video or another live and tomorrow at 12 p.m., I will have the audio sorted out. Remember the most important words. Much love and please take care. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.